My name's Molly Froggatt. I'm one of the clinical product specialists here at Fujifilm Healthcare UK. As part of my role, I tend to look after the C-arm or theatre portfolio and the mobile X-ray systems for the modalities part of the business. Prior to Fujifilm, I was working as a diagnostic radiographer at Kettering General Hospital, and I'd been a radiographer for about 4 years, so I was just looking for a change to do something new, and a job role came up at Fujifilm. This is a story that I tend to tell all of the radiographers whenever I'm on site and they ask me about how I got into the job at Fujifilm. I say someone messaged me on LinkedIn and asking if I'd be interested in an applications role. And I said, once they'd asked, oh, would you be interested in applications? I said, kind of, what is that? They told me a little bit more about the role and what I'd be doing. And I said, oh yeah, that sounds really good. So I went for interview, I was obviously successful at interview, and here I am nearly 4.5 years later. My role at Fujifilm, so I started off in the clinical applications team, which is very heavily spending a lot of time on site with customers, supporting with when new systems go onto site, so with training and just general support for clinical use. I also do a lot of help with the demonstrations as well, so if a customer is thinking about buying our or purchasing our equipment, we'll often get a bit of equipment in for a little loan or a trial, and I'll be heavily involved in supporting the customer through using the system as part of their demo or their trial. Now with my newer role, I was promoted to clinical product specialist in April 2022, and my role is has changed slightly, where I tend to more focus just with the mobiles and C-arm systems, so I'll tend to be kind of a second set of support with regards to if customers have questions that kind of the traditional team can't answer, they'll come to me as the specialist. A little bit of extra support as well for customers on site if they require a little bit more training or need anything in a kind of to be carried out in a bit more in depth. And I'm also involved a little bit more kind of with the tender processes and the more development side of the product as well. So outside of work, I basically just really enjoy being outside. So anything to do with being outdoors, out of the house, really keen walker, runner, and my newly found hobby of golf. So I spend most of my weekends just out on the golf course. A couple of great moments that I've had at Fujifilm Healthcare UK. Number one, I'd definitely have to say being promoted in April 2022 to Clinical Product Specialist for Mobile and Theatre Solutions. Probably my next big achievement would be winning the Kaizen Award at our kick-off meeting back in 2021. Unfortunately, I had COVID, so I couldn't attend. But my line manager did send me a picture congratulating me while I was sat on the sofa, obviously being away from everyone. And then last but not least, I'd have to say probably my biggest achievement, well, my greatest kind of like achievement sort of through my 4.5 years at Fujifilm would have to be kind of watching my colleagues develop and grow sort of into their roles, coming on from sort of first learning the job now to kind of being out by themselves, being really confident and happy in what they're doing. I'm really, really glad that it was my mum that actually suggested a career in healthcare for me, because I'd kind of always said, not interested in an office job or anything like that, and she'd kind of put radiography forward as a suggested career for me. Did a bit more research into it, and I thought, yeah, that sounds great. Getting my first post as a radiographer, I was kind of surrounded by a lot of women who were kind of very strong and determined and very knowledgeable in what they were doing, and I just personally found that really, really inspiring. I thought, do you know what, that's actually going to push me to kind of be the best version of myself and do the best for my patients while I was a radiographer. And now with my role at Fujifilm, I hope that I can be that person to other younger women or younger radiographers that are out, or even students that are out just starting their career in the path of radiography. It means listening to everyone's voices, giving everyone sort of time to be able to speak to you, even if that means, I don't know, creating extra time sort of when you're very busy or anything like that, just to have sort of that set 15 minutes, half an hour with someone so they feel listened to and heard. And this should go for not just women, but for men as well. Like, obviously we're celebrating International Women's Day here, but I feel that inclusion should mean everyone, not just women as well.